expired. I call the honourable member for Charlton.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker, and I enjoy being lectured about career achievement by a man who's spent 7 years in here not making a single mark here. If we're the F troop, he's got to be the Z troop, and he's sitting amongst others there. Look, this is a debate about a nasty government pursuing an ideological agenda. The inconsistency over their side is remarkable. We heard from the first speaker about paying down Labor's debt. Then we had the black is white story there that this is actually about equality of access. Well, they'll liberate them from their money and their chances, their attempts to get an education. The truth is, Deputy Speaker, education's a great enabler. Like many on this side, I'm proud that I'm the first on my mum's side of the family to go to uni. I'm not one of these Chardonnay socialists. I'm someone who, for the first time from my mum's side of the family, went to uni, paid HECS in an affordable manner and had plenty of time to pay it back according to the CPI rate. According to the CPI rate. What they're doing over that side is shutting the door on more kids from working-class backgrounds going to uni. They're shutting the door by $5 billion of funding cuts. They're shutting the door by jacking up fees. They're shutting the door by applying commercial interest rates that will force working-class students to think twice about going to uni. In my regional seat of Charlton, 34% of graduates are nurses, teachers and from allied health occupations. They're not lawyers, they're not doctors. They prove the myth that the Minister for Education is peddling, that all graduates will earn $1 million more than average workers. It's utter rubbish. I'm proud that I've got the biggest hospital between Brisbane and Sydney in my electorate. It's got 120 new grad nurses entering this year, and they're going to struggle to get new nurses coming through because they're going to be turned off by this fee hike. According to research by Universities Australia, a new nurse entering training now will see their fees go up once you add the interest on top of it from $23,000 to $98,000. How is that fair? How is it fair to ask a poor working-class kid who wants to be a nurse to help out in our health system to, instead of paying $23,000 over a reasonable amount of time with a CPI indexation, to pay $98,000? And they'll be paying it for 25 years. They'll be 48 before they are able to pay off their debt if they're lucky. Or teachers who don't earn $1 million more than average workers. I got email from someone in my region, a Year 11 student from Jesmond High called Jackie, who said, for a long time now all I've wanted to do was study primary school teaching at Newcastle Uni. I was disappointed and angry to discover that instead of my degree costing $19,000 over 4 years, it will now cost around double that. I've worked out that on a teacher's salary of $59,000 per year, it will take me at least 14 years to pay back my HECS. With interest, I would have paid a total of around $90,000. This figure will be higher if it takes me longer to get a job or I spend time out of the workforce for family reasons. This is the truth behind their inequitable policy. This is the truth when you look at students who go to University of Newcastle, the best uni in Australia under 50 years of age, where 27% of students come from low SES background. They're not the Chardonnay socialists the member for Mitchell railed against. They're kids from low and middle incomes who will be turned off by these huge fee hikes, by the deregulation of unis.
Thanks,
fees that will really place a real barrier against their entry. And this is a great betrayal of the Australian people. And when I look at debates on the MPI, I like to see what those opposites said before the election. And I go back to their great shield, their great document, Our Plan, Real Solutions for All Australians, which the Prime Minister hid behind. It was his shield whenever a journalist had the temerity to ask him a question about anything before the election. Just look at my pamphlet. The pamphlet's got everything I stand by, and it's in writing, so you can trust what I'm saying. It's in writing, so it must be true. Well, if we go to page 41, we can read a firm commitment from the Prime Minister, a paragon of virtue and honesty. And I quote, "We will ensure the continuation of the current arrangements of university funding." Pretty direct, no ifs, no buts. We will ensure the continuation of current arrangements of university funding. The truth is, this is an important debate because all those on the other side stand for the betrayal of low and middle-income families, betraying their chances of getting a decent education, betraying their chances of getting a degree in nursing or teaching, contributing to our society, advancing their family and being maybe the first in their family to go to university. and that door is being shut by the heartless mob over there who are just pursuing a nasty ideological agenda.
Order. The member's time has expired. I call the member